just look at a couple different aspects real quick on, just the first couple of people who set foot and had a recorded, annotation about their pieces here on Earth. So right off the bat, man, I want to get into this first one, man, because in the beginning, God created, he talks about the creation and all that stuff, and then like on the second day, that's when he created the garden, right? And the garden came up, and the grass and the earth was watered and whatnot, and he seen that he had no man to till the garden, and then he created Adam, and then he put Adam in the garden, and for Adam to dress the garden and keep it, right? That's the very first things those come up when between those two pieces. So I wanted to ask you, like, obviously, if Adam was placed in the garden to dress it and to keep it, like, it's work that was involved. So why do you think that, biblically, if we're looking at it analytically, why do you think that God gave man work before he gave him the woman?
Man,
Work
that's a great
before the
question.
woman.
That's a great question. I'm gonna start off with that. Uh, I think definitely there's a purpose behind that. There's definitely a reasoning before. There's a reason why God does everything that He does. That's
100%.
first thing, and I think for that, first thing that He wanted, if we look at it, first thing that He gave Adam was responsibility before He gave him a woman, and I think that just shows an example or something that you know most men should take on. Most men should um, definitely try to do before they try to really try to lock down a helpmate. We'll get into that later. But when they try to lock down a helpmate, you know, I think first they have to lock down their responsibility, and that's what the example that God is trying to bring into that. He's trying to make sure that before you can try to take on the responsibility of taking on somebody else, you got to make sure that the responsibility that I've given you is taken care of first, and that's just my take on it.
Yeah,
Listen,
100%.
Levi is always going to give you a full 100% comprehensive answer the very first time you need it.
One three
We
one baby,
appreciate.
131 FK got fives on that thing.
Hey, I'm a, I'm a come follow Levi. No, I mean he did an excellent job of answering that question. That's pretty funny what you just said. Yeah, I mean he gave man work, so I would say I'm not trying to be no relationship guru or whatever, but nah, if a man doesn't know what he's supposed to do in life, that man could be like flowing like a lost boat in the ocean,
Hmm.
man. So I mean, it's very important, and because we all have a work here to do. Especially men, we're supposed to be right up underneath Christ, right up underneath God, and I'll never forget a brother, which y'all may or may not know him. Is He's a master investor, Grant Cardone. He came on an interview and he told his wife, he said, you know, I give you anything you want, but just don't take away my, I can't remember the term he put it, but basically, well, it was his work. He was like, if you take that away from me, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a guy that went through a bunch of different obstacles in life. You know what I'm saying? And he finally came up on the other side, right? He finally found what he was led here to do, what he was led here to do on this earth, which is help others, get into the investment game. So no, so the work is what each and every one of us supposed to do, especially the man. So, and that's before a woman, just like Levi said, you're supposed to find that before your mate. In a perfect world, that's what happens. I
Right.
don't,
Yeah.
sometimes
There
that
you
don't
In a
go.
always
perfect
happen
world.
like
There you
that.
go. There you go.
It's good sometimes if you can find a woman that can work with you. You feel me?
Mhm.
That's how you got a winner when she can work with you while you trying to find it. But nah, it's always best to because you want to make sure too. Like I don't want to try to turn this into a relationship thing, like I said before. But you want to make sure that woman can help you with the work. You know what I'm saying? Because what if you marry a chick that she's not fit to help with that work? You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
True
she's a
words,
detriment
bro.
to that work. Anyway, yeah.
come on now.
True
Man, we
words. I
doing
mean,
a love relationship Kevin Samuels type podcast. But no, I feel like it's just what you guys said, man. It's just it's a you got like everybody goes through this life where they gotta have a purpose, and when you find your purpose, you know what I'm saying, and if God associates something for you to do, like you guys say, you gotta complete that first, because as you say, sometimes a woman can be, and any other side can be a distraction. So I think God put things in chronological order to happen in that way. I guess it will get into a little bit more, but at the end of the day, it's like what is Eve to Adam, and Eve is a helpmate. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, it's he's the head of it. So therefore, she comes in and she helps with whatever God assigned first, and that purpose that He has.
Yeah, man, I concur with y'all. So obviously, man was made for a purpose, and um, in Adam's case, it was to tend and tend to the garden and pr- protect it. But when I think about why uh, that task came before Eve was around, is because I think God wanted to show Adam that you need a partner to help you. So while he was given that task,
to
I don't know
protect.
that he was fully capable of performing it to the best of the ability that God would have wanted him to. So obviously he told him to do it, so he tried to do it. But think about it, it's a whole garden, right? And we know God is not doing anything small change, right? It's a big garden. It's a lot for him to do by himself. So while he was given that task, perhaps Adam noticed, like, yo, this is a lot of work. Um, he needed help. And I think God did it in that way so that he could realize you do need a partner. You do need a suitable partner to help you do this work that I gave you to do. So by doing that, Adam understands the importance of that partner when she came along, down the road.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting perspective. I haven't really like thought of it that way because I mean the main thing like I always consider it is like you know it's kind of like how we see it today. Like women, 95% of the time, like from my experience, they desire a man. Like and that's like a lot of the focus is
100%
you
of the
know
time.
is a man, and then in a lot
100%.
of cases, how it should be, a man should be focused on his money or his work, because once you focus as a man, once you focus on your work or your money, then everything else will come into play. But a lot of times, these young cats, instead of focusing on their work, they focus on the woman,
Hmm.
and it's like,
Talk
like
about it.
you're not gonna get to the work or build like how you need to if you focusing on the woman. You focus on the work, and the woman is attracted to the work. So, you
It's
Exactly.
know,
facts. It's facts.
It's true. Because it's like putting the cart before the horse, right? Like you're not
hmm
gonna get where you need to be when you don't follow the directions. If you follow in a recipe book and you start at the end, you're not gonna end with the product you were supposed to get because you're not doing it in the right order. So you have to do things the way they're supposed to be. So like you're saying, you got to take care of the work God prepared for you first. And as DJ mentioned, and again, this is what's ideal, right? Not to say things can't happen a different way and things still work out. Obviously, God can make anything work out for you as long as you're following Him. But the most ideal situation is that men are about the business that they have to be about, and
What's
then
going on, y'all? It's your boy Levi Strauss here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and tune in for more.